Imagine a land kissed by the sun and cradled by two vast oceans, where the ancient whispers of the earth meet the vibrant pulse of the present. Welcome to South Africa, a nation as diverse as its landscapes. From the wild savannas where the Big Five roam, to the majestic peaks of the Drakensberg and the rolling vineyards of the Cape Winelands. This land has stories etched into its very soil. It's the place where the Zulu nation rose under Shaka, where the Great Trek unfolded, and where the world watched as apartheid's chains were broken, heralding a new era of freedom and reconciliation. 11 official languages dance through the air, each telling tales of heritage. From the vibrant beats of Kwaito to the traditional sounds of Xhosa and Zulu music, South Africa's cultural richness is as deep as its history. Today, South Africa stands as an economic power on the African continent. Johannesburg, the city of gold, thrives with business and innovation, while Durban's beaches bring the tropical flair of the Indian Ocean. The country's spirit of Ubuntu, I am because we are, resonates in its commitment to unity and progress. Nestled at the southern tip of Africa, where the Atlantic meets the Indian Ocean, lies Cape Town, a city where each corner feels like a different world. Surrounded by nature's grandeur, Cape Town offers vistas from atop Table Mountain, the biodiversity of Kirstenbosch National Botanical Garden, and the dramatic Cape Peninsula where you might spot penguins at Boulders Beach. The city's history is a poignant narrative. Once a pivotal stop for trade ships, Cape Town saw the arrival of the Dutch in the 17th century, leading to the establishment of a refreshment station for the Dutch East India Company. Its streets bear the scars and stories of colonialism, slavery, and the struggle against apartheid, now marked by the iconic Table Mountain, a silent witness to centuries of change. In South Africa, and especially in Cape Town, time weaves through the air like the melody of a piano, each note a story, each chord a memory. Here, the past and present dance together under the vast African sky, inviting all to explore, learn, and celebrate the beauty of life in all its forms. It's a place where every sunset over the Atlantic promises new beginnings, where history isn't just remembered but lived, and where every heartbeat adds to the symphony of humanity.
Cape Town Airport information, Sierra 1824 Zulu, wind 195 at 10, temperature 27, dew point 18, QNH 1015, landing and departing runway 19er, transition level 080. Numerous cranes in operation around Cape Town. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Sierra.
Cape Town delivery, good evening. KLM 104, with information Sierra is current. We are requesting IFR clearance to Schiphol.
KLM 104 Heavy, Cape Town delivery, information Sierra correct, expect runway 19er. Climb 6,000 feet on runway center line, then expect radar vectors codies. Squawk 4405.
Expect runway 19, climb 6,000 on runway center line. Then expect radar vectors codies. Squawk 4405, KLM 104.
KLM 104 Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 122.65 when ready for pushback or engine start.
When ready for push or engine start, ground on 122.65. Runway 19, import from aircraft, import from perhaps 5.
Hi Captain, just a quick update to let you know that we've started loading. We'll contact you again once we're done.
Roger.
Hello, this way please.
Pre-flight checklist.
Boarding pass, please.
Pre-flight checklist.
Good evening.
Oxygen.
May I see your
Tested.
boarding pass, please?
Flight instruments.
This way please. Hello.
Set.
Hello. Good evening.
Parking brake.
On.
Fuel control switches.
Goodbye.
Cut off.
Pre-flight checklist completed.
May I see your boarding pass?
Goedemiddag dames en heren. Mijn naam is Marielle van Ekkendonk en ik ben op deze vlucht uw purser. Hartelijk welkom aan boord van deze KLM. Een bijzonder welkom voor onze Flying Blue en SkyTeam deelnemers. Over enkele ogenblikken geven wij uitleg over de veiligheidsvoorzieningen aan boord.
Hello.
Wij wensen u een prettige vlucht.
Pass, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Marielle van Ekkendonk and I'm your purser on this flight.
This way. Hello.
Welcome aboard this KLM flight. We would like to extend a special welcome to our Flying Blue and SkyTeam members. In a few moments, we will be explaining the flight safety procedures on board. We wish you a pleasant flight.
This way.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Loading has been completed. We're sending the load sheet up to you now. We're waiting for you to close up. Once the beacon light is switched on, we'll contact you to begin pushback.
Roger. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Here is the load sheet from ground.
Thank you very much.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Wonderful. We are almost done here as well. When we are, we'll instruct the ground that we are ready to remove the stairs. When you've done that, you then go ahead and close the doors.
No problem.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Speedbird for 2 Heavy.
We
Request
are
taxi
about
to
to
the
start the
active.
APU now, so stand by for ground power disconnection.
Speedbird 42 Heavy, runway 19er taxi via Alpha.
Roger.
Hold short, runway 16.
APU startup seems good. Nothing to report.
Thank you very much. You can go ahead and disconnect from the ground power now. Thank you.
Good evening from the cockpit. This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board this evening's flight to Amsterdam. We're currently preparing for departure up here in the cockpit, and once we're airborne, we'll be climbing to our cruise level of 31,000 feet. We hope to depart very shortly. We're not expecting any delays. Once we push back from the stand, the cabin crew will start securing the cabin. As we head to the departure runway, please make sure you're seated and secured as they make their way around the aircraft. The weather is looking good, so it should be a nice, comfortable climb up to our cruise level. Once we're airborne, there shouldn't be any issue during our climb. It's a pretty straightforward departure out of the airport, so nothing to worry about there. The wind forecast during our cruise looks very favourable, so we expect to arrive on time at our destination, but we will of course keep you up to date should there be any changes. The ground crew have finished loading the aircraft, so if you could get yourself seated and secured, we'll be able to get going straight away. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the flight.
All right. Okay.
Ground to cockpit.
Go ahead.
Call me when you require pushback.
Roger. Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
Closed.
Passenger signs.
On.
MCP. Speed 182. Heading 190. Altitude 600.
Checked.
Takeoff speeds V1 170. VR 178. V2 183.
Checked.
CDU pre-flight.
Completed.
Trim.
Trim will be set.
Beacon lights.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Cape Town ground KLM 104. We are ready to push back.
KLM 104 Heavy, Cape Town ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face north.
Push back and engine start approach facing north for KLM 104. Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
Aye, we are ready to start pushback now. You can go ahead and get connected.
Ground tow is connecting.
Roger.
Cabin crew, please arm doors and cross-check.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this flight. While we are in the middle of this authentic Royal Delft pop...
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
We're off the stand, so engine 1 can come on now.
Engine 2 started. Engine 2 cutout.
Okay, engine 1 can now start. Alright, APU and go off now. Laps 5. Auto brakes RTO. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice.
As required.
Recall.
Checked.
Auto brakes.
RTO.
Flight control test. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full back. Neutral. Full forward.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
Cape Town ground, KLM 104. We are ready for taxi.
KLM 104 Heavy, runway 19er taxi via Bravo, Alpha. Hold short runway 16.
Runway 19, taxi via Bravo, Alpha, hold short 16, KLM 104.
In case abnormalities occur, this could be, for instance, a hot device, a device that produces smoke or shows signs of damage. Without hesitation, unplug the device from charging and also alert a crew member. Larger devices, such as laptops, should be stowed before taxi, takeoff and landing, either in an overhead bin or in a bag under the seat in front of you. Once the fasten seatbelt sign is off, you may use these devices when set to airplane mode. This is a non-smoking flight. This means smoking on board the aircraft is not allowed. This includes the use of electronic cigarettes. Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, your seatbelt must be fastened. For your own safety, keep your seatbelt fastened and visible during the flight, even when the seatbelt sign is switched off. To release the seatbelt, just lift the buckle. If there's a sudden decrease in cabin pressure, your oxygen mask will drop automatically in front of you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Make sure your own mask is well adjusted before helping others. Should we have to evacuate the aircraft over water, there's a life vest located under your seat or under the center armrest. Open the bag and remove the vest. Place it over your head and pull the strap tightly around your waist. When you're outside the aircraft, inflate your life vest by pulling the red tag. The life vest can be refilled using the mouthpiece. Contact with water will automatically switch on the lights. Emergency exits are located on each side of the cabin, at the front, in the center, and at the rear. In the unlikely event of an emergency evacuation, follow the illuminated escape path to the nearest exit. Leave all your carry-on luggage behind and follow the instructions of the crew. Please take a moment now.
Cape Town ground, KLM 104, waiting to cross runway 16.
KLM 104 Heavy, cross runway 16 at Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha.
Cross runway 16 via Alpha. Continue taxi via Alpha. KLM 104.
KLM 104 Heavy, contact Cape Town Tower 118.1.
Cape Town Tower on 118.1. KLM 104. Cape Town Tower,
Cabin crew
KLM
prepare for
104,
takeoff.
runway 19, ready for departure.
KLM 104 Heavy, Cape Town Tower. Wind 195 at 10, fly heading 190, runway 19er, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 19, KLM 104. Okay. 40%.
Good evening. Flight level 136 with information Tango.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, which means you are free to move around the cabin. However, you are reminded that for your safety, we do recommend that you remain seated with your belt fastened at all times in case of turbulence or any other potential incidents that could occur during the flight. Thank you.
Dames en heren, de kapitein heeft de stoelriemen vast uitgeschakeld. Voor uw veiligheid raden wij wel aan om op uw stoel te blijven zitten met de stoelriemen vast tijdens de vlucht in het geval van turbulentie of andere risico's die kunnen voorvallen tijdens de vlucht. Bedankt.
Good evening once again from the cockpit. I hope all is well with you and you're enjoying flying with us so far. We've reached our cruise level and are currently flying at an altitude of 31,000 feet. We're expecting to arrive on time as planned. Progress is going very well. I'll leave you now in the capable hands of our fantastic flight crew and you'll hear from me again when we're about to start our descent. Thank you.
Let's inform the crew that we're doing that.
Hi, Captain.
Just to let you know, there's around 15 minutes to go until we start descending.
In that case, we'll do a final drink service. The passengers are pretty thirsty.
Not a problem. Good morning once again from the cockpit. I hope all is well with you and you're enjoying flying with us so far. We expect to be descending in around 10 minutes. The arrival weather forecast is looking good, so it should be a nice easy approach into the airport. We have heard that there is a short delay to landing aircraft, so we might have to hold during our descent, but it shouldn't add much time, if any, to the arrival. Once we do start our descent, please make sure to listen carefully to any instructions from our cabin crew and pay special attention to the seatbelt sign. Thanks for flying with us, and I'll speak to you again soon.
KLM 104 Heavy, Paris Control, expect relay 2 Alpha, runway 18 right.
Expect heli 2 Alpha arrival, runway 18 right, KLM 104.
KLM 104 Heavy, heli 2 Alpha, runway 18 right. Verify ready for descent.
Ready for descent now, KLM 104.
KLM 104 Heavy, descend to flight level 240.
Descent to flight level 240, KLM 104.
Ryanair 65 Sierra Golf, contact Lille information approach 132.61.
Contact Lille information approach 132.61, Ryanair 65 Sierra Golf.
Good morning once again from the cockpit. As you may have noticed, we've begun our descent. Depending on the destination air traffic, we should be landing in around 20 minutes. In the meantime, I will be instructing the cabin crew to get the cabin ready for our arrival. After that, the seatbelt sign will be illuminated and you'll need to stay seated until after landing. On that note, if you need to use a toilet, then you should try to visit one now as they will be closed during the approach. You'll next hear from me after landing, so I will wish you a very good morning once again, and I'll speak to you in a short while.
Brussels Control to Air 955, flight level 108.
Descent checklist.
Descent checklist.
Lufthansa 422 Heavy.
Record.
Contact Brussels Control 125.0.
Auto brakes.
Contact Brussels Control 125.0,
Landing data.
Lufthansa
1.
422 Heavy.
4.
Bye-bye.
1. Minimums. 1. 6. 8.
Checked.
Descent checklist completed.
To prepare for landing, please stow your luggage in the luggage bins or under the seat in front of you, and please fasten your seatbelts, adjust the back of your seat to the upright position, disconnect your electronic device from the onboard power supply, and stow your tray tables. If you have an in-seat video screen, please make sure that this is all the way. And we advise you to read the instructions on the safety onboard card again. You will find a card near your seat. In the unlikely event of an evacuation, leave all your carry-on luggage behind and follow the instructions of the crew.
KLM 515 Heavy, contact Schiphol Tower 135.11. Have a good day.
Contact Tower 135.11, KLM 515 Heavy.
Okay, let's arm the localizer now. Localizer is armed and the approach can go on. Approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Barrow reference.
QNH 1010.
Approach checklist complete.
Speed brakes armed. Schiphol Tower, KLM 104, ILS 18 right on final.
KLM 104 Heavy, Schiphol Tower, wind 210 at 12, runway 18 right, clear to land.
Clear to land, 18 right, KLM 104.
Cabin crew prepare for landing. Gear down.
You believe this?
Flaps 15.
Let's go 145.
Flaps 25.
About flaps 30 now.
Flaps 30.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Cabin crew prepare for landing.
Notified.
Speed brake.
Armed.
Landing gear.
Down.
Flaps.
Set.
Landing checklist completed. Command A on.
City 1486, wind 210 at 12, runway 18 right, cleared to land.
Runway 18 right, cleared to land. City 1486.
Minimums.
Continue.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
What are you talking about sync rate?
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brakes out. Reverse thrust.
Oops, 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 oops. Oops. You're not gonna make it.
Manual
now, are we?
braking. 70 knots.
Are we? Are we? That was a hard exit.
dames en heren. Welkom op Schiphol. Blijft u alstublieft nog even zitten. U kunt uw telefoon en andere apparaten nu weer aanzetten. Zodra het bordje stoelriemen vast uit is, kunt u uw bagage pakken. Let wel op, de bagage kan tijdens de vlucht zijn verschoven en uit de bagagebak vallen. Geniet van uw vervolg, van uw verblijf of het vervolg van uw reis. Namens de hele crew, dank u wel voor uw aanwezigheid. Wij hopen u snel weer bij KLM aan boord te zien. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Amsterdam. Please remain seated. You may now switch on your phone and all the devices. As soon as the fasten seatbelt sign is switched off, you may collect your belongings from the luggage bins. Be careful, as items may have shifted during the flight and could fall out. We wish you a pleasant stay or a good onward journey. Thank you from all crew working on this flight. We look forward to seeing you on board KLM again soon.
Alright, if you can come on now. I believe this is our entrance.
All aircraft be advised, information kilo now current. QNH 1010.
Okay. Okay, APU is
Cabin crew,
live.
doors to manual, please.
Everything looks good here, so we can turn off the engines. And welcome to Amsterdam Schiphol. Okay, we're good. We can
Ground 2 cockpit.
take off now.
Go ahead. Hi, Captain. Microphone check, please. You're loud and clear. 5 over 5. Roger. Okay, Captain. Ground power is available. Stand by. We'll start getting you offloaded in a couple of minutes.